Today we're going to be talking about everything you need to know to do Twilight photos for real estate. How to set up, things to prep, bonus tips that I wish I knew in the beginning. So let's get into it right now. So my first tip starts even before the shoot. I send them a detailed list of just what they should have done. That way, hopefully, when I arrive, the home's fully ready. These things include getting all the lights on inside the home, all the windows open, at least all the lights that face the windows from the front of the house and the back of the house, because you really just want to see the interior light coming through the windows. Next, they want to make sure that they have patios decluttered, cars moved out of the driveway, trash cans out of the way, just having it as presentable as they can for the front and back shots. Now, if they have a pool, I always tell them to turn all the pool features on and the pool lighting. I try not to use crazy colors because some pools have like pink and yellows and it contrasts a lot with like the blue hue of the water. So if they have white or blue, I typically do that. Just my taste. And I also let them know that this process will take about 30 to 40 minutes at most, and major tip, for them to stay out of the way. And what I mean is for them to not just chill in the living room where I can clearly see them from the backyard. Now, if it's just you going to a vacant property or somewhere where they're not going to be meeting you and you have to prep the home, get there like 15 or 20 minutes in advance. It's already stressful enough that you're doing this through the course of sunset, so get there early to set it up if you have to do it on your own. Next up, shoot 3 sets of photos. And what I mean by that is shoot a set of Twilights before sunset, at sunset, and after sunset. Kind of blue hour-ish. So the reason I like to do this is because every Asian is different. Sometimes they like the way darker, past sunset, blue hour type of shots, and others like where it's still kind of sunny out, but it's right getting into golden hour. So it just kind of depends, and I love having that variety to possibly either deliver different versions or just making sure I get the one that they would personally like. I'll start about 15 minutes before sunset, do 1 to 3 angles of the front and about 2 to 4 angles of the back, depending on just what features I'm really focusing on. Typically, the backyard has a lot more features because if they book Twilights, it might be for a really nice pool or something like that. So that's where I want to get more shots. So once I've done the first set, I'll wait 5-10 minutes until sunset, do another set, and then finish off with one more set, about another 15 minutes after sunset. And these look really great, especially if they have the pool, because if they have pool lights, that's when they really are able to be seen, because even at sunset, you can barely tell that there's pool lights. So it looks a lot more dramatic and interesting after the sun has gone down. The skies are typically more blue, purplish. So those typically look best at that time of the day. And then you're going to be just fully set when you get back into editing to look at your photos, because you'll have any and all types of versions if they want something else. The next thing that I like to do specifically for properties that have a pool in it is do a long exposure shot that makes the water look really silky and dreamy. Trust me, it looks really good. And the sellers and realtors love it. And it's really easy to do. All you want to do is just get your shutter to be open a little bit longer. That way the water motion isn't freeze frame like it would be if it was a fast shutter speed. And it's already naturally going to happen because the sun's going down and you're going to be fighting low light scenarios. So having your shutter open a little longer to get that effect is definitely worth it. But one thing to note is don't go too slow. Don't let your shutter be open like 15-30 seconds long or something like that, because you're trying to keep your ISO low or get that effect really drawn out. Because what's going to happen is if you have trees or leaves moving in the shot, they're going to be all blurred, and then you're going to end up with a not so professional looking photo. So I like to keep my shutter at about 1/15 of a second up to a max of 1 second if I can when I'm shooting those pool shots, to still get that effect, but also make sure that everything else will still be sharp for the most part. Nowadays, it's really easy to jump into Photoshop, replace that sky with that crazy pink dramatic sky, and yes, sometimes it does look pretty good, but I just feel like you still can't beat a really good natural looking sky that is gonna make your stuff look more real and unique, because no one probably has that sky. So especially in this shoot in particular, I did 0 sky replacements. All of the editing was done just in Lightroom, and especially because of the fact that they have the new AI features where you can select the sky, not only makes it easier to edit, but speeds up your workflow like crazy. And then here's another bonus tip. Whenever you select your sky, you can also select everything else by doing another layer like that, invert it, and now you can do adjustments to everything else aside from the sky. At the very end of the session, or while I'm waiting for the next set of Twilights, I like to throw a prime lens on and get details at golden hour. It looks great. Like the waterfall, architectural designs, fire pits, anything like that looks a lot better at this time of day. But unless you're gonna readjust your tripod each time to get these shots, I like to do them all handheld and have the freedom to just knock them out quick and either go back to my tripod for the regular shots or just do them all at the end once I'm practically out of light. So having something like a 50mm 1.4, whether you're using lens stabilization or in-camera stabilization, helps out a lot. And the results are really awesome because, again, your realtor will really appreciate those, and you don't really have to do much editing for those, just basic adjustments and they're gonna look pretty good. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the tips that I mentioned. I wish I knew some of these when I first started because I kind of just learned these along the way, and I feel like my shoots would have been a lot better in the beginning for sure. So that's it for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment down your thoughts, subscribe if you haven't already. I would love for you guys to be part of the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.